Namaste. In this video, I will introduce you to the course of Business Communication and Writing Skills at the Kathmandu University School of Management. This course has been offered to BHM third semester students. So let's begin. On the screen, you can see the soft copy of this course. So first, let's talk about the course title. The title of this course is Business Communication and Writing Skills. There are two terms in this title you should pay attention to. First is this course is about business communication. There are two words, business and communication. And next, this course is about writing skills. So what is communication? Put simply, communication is an exchange of ideas. For example, right now I am communicating to you through this video, which most probably you are watching through my YouTube channel. So you can say this is a digital communication. I'm communicating to you through the digital medium of the internet. So communication is exchange of ideas, or communication is also how people have conversations. Communication is also an exchange of letters in an office. Communication is also an exchange of messages over your mobile phone. Now, business communication is exchange of ideas, exchange of emails, exchange of messages, exchange of letters, and exchange of other subject matter between two people or more than two people who are involved in a business organization. For example, you are studying bachelor's in hotel management. In future, you might be working as a manager of a hotel. In that position, you might be writing a lot of messages to people working under you and people working above you. So you will be having a business communication with them, or let's say hospitality management related communication with them. Now, second part of the title is writing skills. So, most probably, I guess you have not done much writing till now, because I see that up to grade 12, maybe you did some writing in English. Most of the times, students do writing only during examination. I wonder if you keep a diary and write regularly in your diary. Writing is simply holding your pen and scribbling words on a page, or keying in words, sentences, paragraphs, essays on your laptop or computer screen. So in this course, you will learn to write emails, you will learn to write positive messages, you will learn to write negative messages, you will learn to write different kinds of letters, you will learn to write memorandums, for example, and you will also learn to write many other kinds of writings which are related to the field of hospitality management. So that's about the course title. Now let's move on to the course code number. Every subject in a university setting has a peculiar code number, and this code number is used to refer to your subject during administrative processing. For example, if you are filling examination form, then you will have to mention this course code number next to your course title in your examination form. So this course code, as you can see, it has two elements. First, there are initials like GEM, all capital, and then there are digits 204. It has initials in letters, and then it has numbers. So its course code number is G capital, E capital, M capital, and 204. In a course code, the initials are always written in capitalized form. You won't write GEM in lowercase. You should write it in uppercase, as you can see here. So the course code is GEM204. You should remember it, and when you fill examination form, you will be required to write it, or when you take examinations on the cover page of your exam answer book, you might be required to write it. Then the third item is credit hour. Let me ask Gemini here what is a credit hour, and let's see what Gemini says. Just a minute. What is meant by credit hour in the context of curriculum making? Okay, as you can see, credit hour is defined as a standard unit of measurement used in curriculum making to quantify the workload and time commitment required to complete a particular course. So look, this is the time that is required to complete the course. It typically represents a certain amount of instructional time and associated out of class work. For example, there may be theory time for the classroom and there may be practical time for the lab, for example. So what are the elements of credit hour? So it is about instructional time. For example, in this course, you will have 48 hours instructional time in which you will get lectures, discussions, lab works, and other works. Then there might be out of class work also, like field visit, factory visit, etc. Right? Then uh, it says that the exact number of hours per credit hour can vary slightly between institutions. However, a common standard is that 1 credit hour equates to approximately 48 hours of total student effort per week. So a 3 credit course could typically require 135 hours option work. This is not so in our course. In our course, 1 credit hour refers to 16 hours and 3 credit hour refers to 48 hours. Let's go back to our document. So you can see the credit hour is divided into two parts. There is credit hour for the theory and credit hour for the practical. So it has 2.5 credit hour for the theory and 0.5 credit hour for the practical. This is per week. You will have 16-week classes in your semester. In semester, you have 16-week classes. And then if you have 3 hours per week, let's say, then 16 3s are 48. That's how it is calculated. So 3 credit hour means you should get at least 3 hour classes per week for 16 weeks throughout the semester. That's how you get 48 hours of total class load. And as you can see, your course has both theoretical component as well as practical component. But you will see that more than 80% is theory and about 20% is practical. That's not actually a very good idea. There should be more practical component in a writing course. But let's say in the classroom we'll do a lot of practicals. For example, you will be doing a lot of presentations and you will be doing a lot of writing. So though your course has 80% theory, 20% practical, but while implementing the classroom we will try to make it 50-50. So that's about credit hour. Total 3 credit hour. 1 credit hour means 16 hour in a semester. 2 credit hour means 32 hour in a semester. 3 credit hour means 48 credit hour in semester. So 2.5 multiplied by 16 weeks per week, 2.5 hour for 16 weeks means 16 to the 232 and 16 into 0.58. So you will have 40 hours theory classes in total semester, and 0.5 multiplied by 16 is 8 hours. You will have 8 hours practical in throughout the semester. So 40 hours theory and 8 hours practical in the curriculum. But as I said, we will make it 50 theory, 50 practical. Okay, now let's go to the course description. So let's ask Gemini, what is a course description? And let's see what Gemini tells us. So it says that a course description is a detailed overview of a particular course, providing information about its content, goal, and requirement. It serves as a guide for students to understand what they can expect from the course and to make informed decisions about their academic path. Typical components of a course description include course title, as we saw in the curriculum earlier, course number, code number we saw, credit hours we saw, prerequisite, though it's not given there, but we understand that you need to pass 10 plus 2 to study BBA or BBIS. Then course description, what is in the course. Then learning outcomes, course content, teaching method, assessment method, required textbook or material. Okay, let's come back to the curriculum and read course description. This course is designed to provide the students with knowledge and skills of effective communication using various technologies in hospitality business. So this course will equip you with the knowledge about business communication. It will give you practical skills about business communication, and it will also tell you about the technologies used for communication in the field of hospitality business. Then it says this course will include lecture, case studies, class discussions, and computer lab sessions. Yes, there will be lectures, but I will try to keep lectures to a minimum, though lectures are also useful, but I think lectures are not very good idea in a learner-centered classroom. What is a case study? Let's again ask Gemini and see how she defines for us. So it says a case study is an in-depth analysis of a specific person, group, event, or phenomenon. And the key, it involves gathering and analyzing detailed information about the subject of study to identify patterns, causes, and effects. Case studies can be used in various fields, including business, psychology, sociology, medicine, and law. Let's say ask a question. What is a case study in the area of business communication? Let's see what Gemini tells us. So a case study in business communication is an in-depth analysis of a specific business communication situation. It typically involves examining a real-world scenario, such as a successful marketing campaign, a crisis management response, or a negotiation process. Key elements of a business communication case include a real world business situation. The case study should be based on a real world scenario, such as a company's experience with a particular communication challenge. Analysis of the situation. The case study should provide a detailed analysis of the situation, including the key stakeholders, the communication goals and the challenges involved, discussion of communication strategies. The case study should discuss the communication strategies that were used to address the situation, including the choice of channels, the messaging, and the target audience. Evaluation of outcomes. The case study should evaluate the outcomes of the communication efforts, including their effectiveness in achieving the desired goals. Uh, we won't go in detail. Now let me show an example what a case study is from the textbook. So here is the textbook, this one, Business Communication Today, 15th edition, that we'll use in the classroom. Let me take you to page 41 and show you an example of a case. Okay. Let me make it bigger size on the screen. So as you can see, this is the first lesson we will study in this course, professional communication in a digital social mobile world. So what you see, first the lesson gives learning objectives. I will talk about it later in the next video. But here I'm showing the example of case. Look here, communication close up at KLM. As we know, KLM is probably Dutch Airlines company. And here is a story about how this Dutch Airlines company used Facebook as a social media platform to do its airlines business. KLM was the first airlines in the world to use social media, Facebook, to sell tickets and to interact with the customers. And this is a real story. And as you read this story, you will read about the problems of communication that KLM was facing. And you will also read about how KLM solved its communication challenges using the Facebook platform. So this is story, which is about the use of Facebook and digital media like Facebook, internet-based digital media to communicate with the customers. And it is given in the topic professional communication in a digital social mobile world. So this is story, the case story we are reading here is directly related with the theme of the chapter. Let me come back to your curriculum. So as it says, we will study through the case study method. Now here you see the case. Now if you go to the end of this chapter, let me show you how cases function in this textbook. Let me take you to the end of the chapter. Just a minute. Sorry, I've got sore throat. Just a minute. So this is here the chapter ends. And now you see the moment the chapter ends, there is a case. Communication challenges at KLM. Imagine that you work on the KLM social media team, which is responsible for answering and solving queries and complaints from customers worldwide. Use what you have learned in this chapter to discuss and address the following challenges. Individual challenge. Find a recent Twitter or Facebook conversation dealing with a question or complaint between a passenger and KLM. You can use the main KLM account or a country account for this. How well do you think KLM handled the conversation? Does the conversation reflect well on KLM? If you had been the passenger, would you have been satisfied with the outcome? Why or why not? So there is an exercise which is based on the case you read at the beginning of the chapter. Then are there other cases? Let me check. There may be another case. For example, here is a blog post. This also may give you a case. For example, this one. It may have a scenario from business world. And now you will read this case and you will solve the problem, right? Okay. Let me go back to the curriculum. So this is about teaching and learning through case study method. Then class discussions, maybe you are familiar in the classroom. Teachers pose questions, you pose questions to them. Teachers throw topics, and you may discuss in a pair with a friend sitting next to you, or you may discuss in a group. A friend sitting at the front and behind you in the in your desk near your desk. Then you have computer lab sessions. For example, you might be reading about making online presentations. So to teach and learn online presentations, you might be taken to computer lab, and you will have internet connectivity there, and you might log into Zoom as I'm doing, and you may make a presentation using online platform. So this is a course description, which, as you see, typically talks about two things. One, the component of the course, knowledge, skills about communication, and second, teaching methodology. It says this course will be taught using lectures, case studies, class discussions, computers, like computer lab sessions. Besides these, I also use a lot of student presentations in classroom. So you will see this is not mentioned here, but in my classroom, almost every day, somebody will be teaching a lesson. I won't be teaching this course myself. In let's say you will be teaching. I'll prepare you as a teacher, and you will come to class and you will teach. Okay, so let's move to the next item, that is course objectives. Let's read. To enable the students to understand the importance of communication in hospitality and tourism industry. So you will learn about the importance of communication. Not only importance, you will learn real communication. To enable students to use modern hospitality terms. For example, let me show you, as you see here at the end of this chapter, one, for example, there is a section called key terms. Like, see the words like audience-centered approach, code of ethics, communication, communication barriers, communication channels, communication medium. Maybe you had not heard about these terms. You are hearing about them for the first time. So you will also learn about the key terms uh, used in hospitality communication field. Then to provide opportunities for students to develop effective business communication skills needed in global hospitality industry. For example, you will design a lot of advertisements related to hotel management. You will write emails related to hotel management. You will draft various kinds of messages related to hotel management. You will write letters related to hotel management. You will do a lot of writing that will give you hands-on practical skill in business communication writing. Okay, this is course objective. Now let's move on to learning outcomes. It says after the successful completion of this course, the students will be able to, number one, demonstrate an understanding of the importance of effective communication in the hospitality industry. You will learn about importance, and you will learn practical skills as well. Use modern technology in communication. Let's ask Gemini, give us some examples of modern technologies in business or less all communication field. Let's see what examples we get. Look, for example, you will learn about using cloud-based communication platforms like unified communications, project management tools, artificial intelligence, chatbots, virtual assistants, natural language processing. Uh, in the book, let me show you where it is. I'll show you an example of this thing. Wait a minute. Mm, just a minute. I think it's in first chapter itself. 41, 41, and then For example, look here. There is a section in the first chapter, empowering communicators with intelligent communication technology. We were talking about modern technologies in communication. Like, look here, for example, augmented writing systems are there, augmented reality tools are there. Then there are things like, for example, applicant evaluation systems, then automated writing systems, then chatbots and taskbots, then mining and analytics systems. Then you have like uh, applicant yes, writing systems. Then you have image recognition systems. Then you have emotional recognition tools. You have cognitive automation systems, robotic process automation systems. Then you have uh, uh, like for example, voice recognition tools. Then you have automated translation tools. Then you have real-time voice translation tools. Then you have virtual reality tools. Then you have augmented ability tools. Then you have essential ICT tools like artificial intelligence, then you have machine learning, deep learning, augmented intelligence, hybrid intelligence, cognitive automation, natural language processing, data mining, text mining, etc. So you will learn about these and many more communication technologies, modern technologies in communication. Next learning outcome is let me make it bigger in size. Uh, Prepare effective PowerPoint slides for presentation and deliver oral and online presentations. Later, as I get into the units, I'll show you there are lessons where you will learn practical skills about developing effective PowerPoint slides. Then it says understand non-verbal signals and use them appropriately. There is a chapter where you will learn about body language, you will learn about facial expressions, you will learn about postures, gestures, space use, eye contact, dressing, a sense of dress up, hygiene, grooming. Because you know, when we communicate with people, there are two components: the words we use and the way we present ourselves. So both what we say and how we say is important. The how we say part is more about non-verbal communication, and what we say is about verbal communication. We'll learn about that. Then uh, it says we'll learn about write effective, persuasive, and negative messages. In a chapter, we'll learn about that. Then understand and use the elements of reports and proposals. These are learning outcomes, but you will learn more than this in a curriculum, in a course. Okay, now let's get into the course book, I mean, and let's see what chapters, what units, what topics we're going to learn. So first, let's see what is there in learning unit 1. So there are two things in the first column, learning unit and then contact hours. What is a contact hour? Contact hour is the time for which you will be with your teacher, with your communication teacher, with me. So it says there are 4 contact hours for learning unit 1. That means your teacher will spend 4 hours teaching you the items in learning unit 1. Now let's go to the details of the items in learning unit 1. So first is foundations of business communication. Now I will take you to the textbook itself and I will show you where these items are in your textbook. Let me show page 41. 41. So the first part, there are 7 parts in this book. The first, let me show you first the cover of the book because I'm beginning to show you the book now. So this is the book. Though your curriculum prescribes 14th edition and your curriculum prescribes Indian edition where you have an additional author, Roshanlal Rana, but I could not get a digital copy of this Indian edition, so I'm using this global edition, and I'm using the 15th edition, though there is not much difference. You can safely use the 15th edition, or you can buy the Indian edition with the additional author Roshanlal Rana, but you will need to bring a book. So this is the book. Now let me take you to the page 41 and show you what is there. So the first part, the 7 parts, as I said, there are 3 chapters in first part. Let me make it bigger in size. Okay. So there are 3 chapters: professional communication in a digital social mobile world, collaboration, interpersonal communication, and business etiquette, communication challenges in a diverse global marketplace. So there is chapter introduction. As you can see, it's about the background about the chapter. Then there is a picture given to warm up ideas. You can see there are technologies. There's a laptop. You can see there are other items we can see on the desk, and there are students, and probably there is a teacher also. Then you have the first chapter, professional communication in a digital social mobile world. This was the first chapter, professional communication in a digital social mobile world, page 41. This is the chapter. And in a second video, I will tell you the structure of the chapter. I won't discuss the structure right now. Okay, second topic is collaboration, interpersonal communication, and business etiquette, page 75. Let me take you to the book and show you page 75. 75. Here is collaboration, interpersonal communication, and business etiquette. So in the digital curriculum that I have on my laptop screen, what I've done is I have added the relevant page numbers from the 15th edition of the digital book for convenience of access. You can also note it down, but if you have a 14th edition, page numbers will differ. For example, in the 15th edition, the first chapter starts from 41. In the 14th edition, it might not start from the same chapter 41. It might start from some another chapter. I mean, another page number. Then you have third chapter, communication challenges in a diverse global marketplace, page 113. Let me show you 113. Okay, here is page 113 and communication challenges in a diverse global marketplace. Then you have achieving success in today's competitive environment and using technology to improve business communication, page 55. Let me show you page 55. Using technology to improve communication. It's actually 56, not 55. Let me correct it. 56. Using technology to improve communication, learning, objective 4. Okay, this was the content of Unit 1, a lot of content, and it should be taught in 4 hours. So as you can see, there is a lot of content and there's little time. So you can see that you will have to cooperate by studying things at home, reading things at home. That's why I'm making this video. For example, you will watch this video at your home in your convenience, and you will come to my class prepared so that I won't spend class time on this thing. Then uh, let's go to learning unit 2 now. Again, the net contact hours for learning unit 2 are also 4 hours. Then the first topic is communicating in a world of diversity and uncertainties. Let me show you the chapter 113. 3. So this is communication challenges in a diverse global marketplace. In your curriculum, the exact words are communicating in a world of diversity and uncertainty. But in the book, the title is worded as communication challenges in a diverse global marketplace. Then the first chapter, there are, let me check here in the book. There are, just a minute. Okay, just a minute. Next is understanding the opportunities and challenges of communication in a diverse world, 114. Let's check what is on 114. Here you are, learning objective 1. Understanding the opportunities and challenges of communication in a diverse world, learning objective 1. Let me add here, learning objective 1. LO1. Okay. Then you have improving intercultural communication, page 123. Okay, let me show you. 123, 1, 2, 3. Improving intercultural communication skills, learning objective 5. Then you have crisis communication strategies, page 364. Let me show you. 364. Here you go. Communication in a crisis. There is not much information given. This little uh, information on this topic. Let me once check if I'm rightly sharing these pages, because sometimes, uh, I'm screen sharing. Fine. Yes. Okay. Now let me go to the curriculum again. Then this was about learning unit 2, 3 topics. Now we move to learning unit 3, mastering team and interpersonal communication, page 76. 76. In your curriculum, it is worded as mastering team and interpersonal communication, but in your course, it is given as communicating effectively in teams, learning objective 1. Then, you have social networks. When you work in team, you have to use networks. So let's check under that section what is given there. Like you have types of team, then you have advantages and disadvantages of teams. Then you have characteristics of effective teams. They have team rules, team development, and then you have conflicts in team and resolving them. Then you have virtual teams here. So in your curriculum, it says social network, but in your book, it is about virtual team. So benefits and challenges of virtual team. Then you have tips for success in virtual team environment. Then you have collaborating on communication effort in a team, how to collaborate, right? Then you have full collaboration. Then you have technologies for collaborative communication. In your curriculum, it says social network. Let's check here what is there. Uh, Yes, you have content management systems for collaboration in team, wikis to collaborate in team, shared online work spaces to collaborate in team. Then you have social networks like Facebook, Instagram to collaborate in team. Then you have work group messaging systems, private networks. For example, I just created a Facebook closed group to interact with you. Then you have uh, mm, intelligent communication technologies that can help you to collaborate. You can also collaborate via mobile devices. Your collaboration may be enhanced by AI assisted tools, right? These are about social networks. Then you have virtual communities. You read about virtual teams right now. Then making your meeting more productive, page 85. Let me show you. Yes, making your meeting more productive, learning objective. Three, where you learn about how to prepare the meetings. We learn about leading and contributing to efficient meetings. For example, it's about conducting and contributing to efficient meeting, as you saw here. This one, right? You have types of meetings structure. Then you have agenda, setting agenda for the meeting. Then you have how to make meeting minutes, right? For example, in your curriculum, you have, okay, next, improving a non-verbal communication skills, page 98. Let's check page 98. 98. Okay, improving your non-verbal communication skills, learning objective 5, recognizing non-verbal communication like facial expressions, vocal characteristics, body, for example, a face, your mouth, eyes, voice, vocal characteristics, gesture, posture, personal appearance, touch, use of time and space, and body language, right? Then you have gesture, posture, personal appearance, touch, time and space. Okay. Then what else you have? Using non-verbal communication efficiently. Do you have this in your curriculum? Mm. Developing business etiquette. Let's check if it is given there. Business, yes. Developing your business etiquette, learning objective 4, in which you will learn about online etiquette, on the telephone etiquette, etiquette at the workplace, etiquette at the social settings, and etiquette with a mobile phone. 5 zones of professional etiquette. For example, what should be your manner in a workplace? Uh, uh, what should be uh, your manner in social settings, what should be your manner while being online, what should be your telephone manner, mobile phone manner, etc. Then, okay, this is about learning unit 3. Let me also sip my coffee while I'm talking to you. Okay, now we move to learning unit 4. Again, learning unit 4 also has net contact hours exactly as earlier 4 hours. And the first topic in learning unit 4 is Introduction to Business Writing. Let me show in the book, page 137. 137. Okay. Your curriculum says Introduction to Business Writing. Your textbook uses the word applying the three-step writing process. Mm, Writing is often taken as a process rather than taking as a product. By this, it means you have a procedure of writing. For example, first you think what to write, then you take your pen and you actually write, then you come back and revise it. So there are 3 steps. Pre-writing, thinking before you write, collecting ideas to write, generating ideas, reading, watching television, Googling, using Gemini, and getting ideas. You prepare. Preparation for writing before you write. Then once you have enough ideas, you sit down to write, writing while writing. Then you write first draft, and then you, before you submit to teacher, you want to revise it to make sure that it's fine. Then you leave one day and you come back and you revise spelling, you revise sentences, you revise ideas, you look for language. So there are 3 stages of writing process: pre-writing, while writing, and post-writing. In writing communication messages also, we follow the same stages. Like we first plan business messages, then in this planning phase we generate ideas, we collect ideas, then we actually write, we sit down and write the messages, and then we complete means we revise them, we polish them, we check if there are irrelevant ideas, we replace them, we check if details support ideas, we check if language is correct, we check spellings, we check punctuation, and we check sentence structures. Okay, so mm, Introduction to Business Writing. Under this, we have understanding 3 steps writing process. Let me show you. I'll show you. Planning business. The three steps are planning business message, completing business message. Let me show you here. First step is planning business message. Second step is writing business message. Third step is completing business message. There is a picture I want to show you. Just a minute. I hope I can find out. Wait a minute. Yes. For example, look here. Plan, analyze the situation. Who will read your message? Then gather information. What do you want to say in your message? Choose the medium. Do you want to send the message as a mobile text, or do you want to email, or do you want to write on a paper? Then organize the information. How are you going to write the message? Heading, body, and conclusion. This is planning. Then writing, adapt your audience. Okay, how educated is the reader? Then compose the message. Then completing, revise the message. Check for spelling errors. Are dates correct? Because in messages, if you write it wrongly, people get wrong impression about you. Then produce the message, write it, type it. Then proofread, check for spelling and grammar. Then distribute, send it, mail it. These are the three steps of writing process. Then okay, next we have business letters. For example, let me show one example. 200. One example, for example, while writing your messages, here is an example of letter writing. Here's one letter, for example, it's about improving a customer letter through careful revision. So you will do revisions like this. You will write, you will revise. See the steps of writing, process of writing. This is the third step where you revise and send. Then you have letters like this, a professional business letter, right? You have the heading, you have the body, you have where you have introduction, you have main body, then you have conclusion, then you have complementary close. You will learn to write different types of letters. Then memorandums are there. Let me show one example on page 480. 480. Okay, here is a memorandum like this. All right. Then you have meeting minutes. Let me show 89, 90, 91. Meeting minutes. 89. Meeting minutes. Okay. Employee onboarding update. This is, I guess, agenda. Yes, meeting minute. When you run a meeting, to make sure that the decisions and conversation done at the meeting is recorded, you note down. For example, you have the heading of the meeting, then you have the date, time, you have the who called the meeting, you type up meeting, who is facilitating the meeting, who is doing the note-taking part of the meeting, and who are the people attending the meeting. I have agenda item, what was the agenda, who was the presenter, what was the discussion, action items, what actions were decided to be taken, who will do that action, who will do that activity, by what time will they finish that. Then you have agenda item, then you have presenter who is presenting the agenda, then you have discussion, action items, person responsible, deadline, like this. Because when you record meetings like this, you can follow later on if the things were implemented or not. So you will learn to write meeting minutes like this. Then you will learn, sorry for this coughing. Page 235 about emails. Sorry, email 235. 235. Okay, here is email, learning objective 2. You will learn to plan email messages. You will learn to develop professional grade email skills, right? You will learn about choosing when to use email, when not use email, writing compelling subject lines, how to greet, the tone of the message, the quality of the writing. You will also learn about preparing the content of email. Then you will see real emails and you will draft emails in our context of hospitality management. You will learn about subject line, what is that, how to write a good effective subject line. You will learn about completing email messages. uh, you will learn about uh, effective email messages, right? Checklist is given there. That's about email writing. So this was learning unit 4, right? A lot of content. Let me also sip my coffee while I'm talking to you. Learning unit 5. So crafting brief message, page 319. Let me take it the book. 319. 319. Okay. Your curriculum says crafting brief messages. The book has a wording brief messages, part 4. There are 3 chapters: writing routine and positive messages, writing negative messages, writing persuasive messages. For example, in your curriculum, you can see here, for example, routine and positive messages. Then you have routine request, sending routine replies, positive messages. Then you have strategy for routine replies and positive messages. Let me show each of them in your curriculum, in your textbook. So first you have your writing process for routine and positive messages, making routine request. 322. Okay, let me show you. 322. Okay. Strategy for routine request. So here you have uh, 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 making routine request. And here you have learning objective 1, strategy for routine request, where you will study how to open a request, how to explain your request, justify a request, and how to request a specific action in a very polite manner, right? Then you will see common examples of routine request, right? Then this again, this procedure, planning, writing, completing the message, then a sample of routine request. Then you have, okay, making claims. Now go back to the curriculum. You have sending routine replies, 328. Let me show you. 328. 328. Strategy for routine replies, routine message, and positive message. You will learn about how to open with the main idea, then how to provide necessary details and explanation, then how to end in a very polite way, right? Then you also read about common examples of routine replies, routine messages, and positive messages, where you will learn about answering requests for information, granting claims and requests for adjustment. You will learn about writing about providing recommendations and references. For example, here is a response to a claim when the buyer is at fault, claiming people may claim for refunding in a business. Then here you have a recommendation letter. You will learn about that. You will learn about sharing routine information on day-to-day work. You will, okay. You will learn about writing messages that announce good news. Uh, Announcing good news, a sample is given there. You will learn about that. Now come to the curriculum. So you will learn about sending routine replies, positive messages, and then you have maintaining high standards of ethics and etiquette in developing negative messages. Now, developing negative message, let me show that. Developing negative message, 347. 347. Writing negative message, chapter 11. So you have 7 learning objectives. And in this, you have first learning of using the 3-step writing process for negative message. Then learning objective 2, let me show you. Using the direct approach for negative messages. Using the indirect approach for negative messages. Maintaining high standards of ethics and etiquette. Sending negative messages on routine business matters. Sending negative organizational news. sending needed employment message. Do you see, if you are paying attention in this book, the learning objective headings are given in red color. This book uses color system very effectively to differentiate different layers of information in the text so that the information is easily accessible. Okay, so I showed you developing negative messages, maintaining high standard. Okay, this one, let me show you. 356, 356, 356. Yes, this one. Now, this was learning unit 5. Uh, Now let me take you to learning unit 6. Applying IDA model in persuasive message, 388. Okay, 388. 388. Here you are in brief messages section, learning unit 2, you have a section developing persuasive business messages. Under that, you have this IDA model for writing persuasive messages. IDA is simply an acronym for attention A, interest I, desire D, action A. First, you draw attention of a customer, then you create interest in them, then you create a desire to spend money, then you make them buy your product. IDA. You will learn about that. Then you have developing marketing and sales messages. Let me show you 397. 397. 397. Yes, developing marketing and sales messages. We'll learn about writing different kind of messages. There's a lot of writing to learn. Then you have uh, uh, assessing audience needs, 397. I think we have here. Yes, assessing audience needs, analyzing your competition, determining key selling points, anticipating purchase objections. These points. Then you have applying IDEA. Then learning unit 7, writing reports and proposals, page 411. Let me show you page 411. 411. Reports and proposals, part 5. There are 3 chapters. Finding, evaluating and processing information, planning reports and proposals, writing and completing reports and proposals. So there is a chapter opening paragraph with an image to warm up ideas. Then there is the first chapter, finding, evaluating and processing. There are 5 learning objectives. There is the case study. Every chapter begins with a case study, and that prepares you with the theme and the general idea that we will read in this chapter. Okay, so learning objective 1, planning your research. You can see planning, locating data information, processing data and information, applying your findings, managing information. Right, this is a research process. You have maintaining ethics and etiquette in your research. You have topics like I'll quickly take you through the lesson. Conducting secondary research. Then you have learning objective 3, that is conducting primary research. Learning objective 4, processing data and information. Learning objective 5, applying your finding. Learning objective, yes, the 5 objectives. So this is writing reports and proposals, where you will read about the concept of reports and proposals in hospitality industry. This book doesn't exactly describe reports and proposals in hospitality industry, but using Google services and other Gemini services like AI tools, we will study online using internet technology and find out what reports and proposals written in our hospitality field, and we'll learn writing those reports and proposals in our classroom. So then we will learn about key elements of effective reports and proposals and report writing process. We'll actually write reports and proposals on a topic related to business, hospitality business. Then we come to learning unit 8. One thing, let me mention you that the net contact hours in learning unit 7 are 6, whereas net contact hours in learning unit 6 are 3. Now we move to learning unit 8, which has net contact hours 4. So we'll read about designing visual communication. Let me show you 227 to 317. 227. 227. Okay, digital, social, and visual media. Sorry, I have a dog upstairs and the dog is locked and the dog is scratching the door and it might be disturbing you. Sorry if you can hear the sound. So you have digital media, social media, and visual media. There are three chapters. One chapter on digital media, social media. Let me take you quickly through the chapter what is there. So in the first chapter, digital media, you have 5 learning objectives and it opens with the case study. Then you have digital media for business communication, learning objective 1. Then you have learning objective 2, which is about uh, business messaging. Oh, we missed learning objective 2. Let me check, go back. Learning objective 2. Learning objective 2. No. 1, digital media for business communication. Now 2, is, yes, learning objective 2, email. Learning objective 3, business messaging. Learning objective 4, website content. Learning objective 5, podcasting. You will learn how to develop podcasts. We will try to practice this. Then you have, yes. Now, okay. So designing visual communication, then understanding visual communication. Let me take you further here. Next chapter. You have social media, where you will learn about how businesses use social media for internal, external communication. Then you will learn about basic communicators innovating with social media like crowdsourcing and collaborating platforms, community Q&A sites, user-generated content, social video, enterprise social network, content curation, social media recruiting, community engagement. Then you learn about strategies and tactics for successful social media use. Then you will learn about mm, social networking for business communication. Then you will learn about successful business blogging. Then you will learn about Twitter and other microblogging systems. Then you will learn about collaborative writing on wikis. Then the third chapter you have visual media, where you will learn about understanding visual communication. This is in your course here, understanding visual communication. Let me note the page number 288. 288. Then okay, learning one. Then you will learn about identifying points to illustrate. Learning objective 2. Selecting visuals for presenting data. Learning objective 3. Selecting visuals for presenting information, concepts, and ideas. Learning objective 4. Producing and integrating visuals. Learning objective 5. Do we have any more? 6. Producing business videos. Okay. Let's see what's the next chapter. Okay, brief messages. So these are the things you will learn about designing visual communication. Okay. Then what else do you have? Let me go back. Where we missed something? Where was brief message? Just let me take you back. Yes, I think we checked it earlier. Craft and brief, we saw it. Okay, so that's about learning unit 8, designing visual communication. Okay, now let's go to learning unit 9, delivering oral and online presentation, page 531. 531. Okay, so in your curriculum, it is titled as delivering oral and online presentations. In your course book, it reads like enhancing presentations with slides and other visuals. Let's see what is given in this chapter. So first you will learn about planning your presentation visuals, where you will learn how to select the appropriate type of visuals to use in your presentation. Then you will learn about verifying your design plans. Then in learning objective 2, you will learn about choosing structured slides or freeform slides, right? Then you will learn about advantage, disadvantage of these two structures. Then you will learn about designing effective slides. Let me take you to the course here. Here is something like, for example, designing effective slides. Identifying points of illustrate. This one, selecting the right type of visual and producing. This learning unit 8, chapter 2, identifying points up to illustrate and selling right. This also given here as I was showing here in this section. And then what else do we have? Do we have planning presentation, writing presentation, completing presentation, planning your presentation visuals? Let me show you. Planning your presentation visuals. Planning your presentation visuals. Yes, here. Planning your presentation visuals. The content in learning unit 9. Planning your presentation visuals. Yes, page 532. Here you are. So you will plan visuals. Then you will learn about structures of the visuals. Then you will learn about designing effective slides. You will learn about visual principles of designing. You will learn about design and color. You will learn about how to effectively use colors in your slides. You will learn about creating effective slide content, writing readable content, not writing too much text. You can see here, this is a bad slide, this is a good slide, this is a better slide, right? Then you will learn about using charts and tables for your slides, right? You will learn about adding animations and multimedia in your slide. Then you will learn about using presentation software to create virtual reports, softwares, using mobile devices to make a presentation. Then you will learn about completing slides and support materials, where you will learn about creating navigation and support slides in a presentation. You will learn about creating effective handouts for your audience. You will also learn about designing effective visuals, and then you will learn about, okay, checklist. Okay, fine. Then you have an exercise to do, a case given to solve it, where you will do practical. Then key terms are there, end of the chapter. Then what else do you have? Let's check further. Writing employment messages and interviewing for jobs, though this is not exactly given in your course, but because this is very useful for you, so I will try to incorporate this topic also in your course. So now you have learning unit 10, presentation with slides and others, planning your presentation slides I showed you. So this is the course content. And let me show you what is in the book, which is not in the course. So you have writing employment messages where you will learn about, I said we will cover this thing also. Building like writing resumes, biodata. We will do this in class. Finding ideal job in job market, how to search for jobs, right? Like things like, for example, uh, planning your biodata, writing your biodata, resume, completing your resume, finalizing it, uh, uh, writing your, creating your LinkedIn profile. This is a very good book that has latest updated knowledge. The only thing it doesn't talk about is AI. I'm thinking of incorporating one chapter about AI in communication as well. Then you're applying and interviewing for employment. I'll try my best to cover this chapter also in a course. Submitting your biodata, understanding the interviewing process, preparing for a job interview, interviewing for success, how to interview or how to attend interview. Okay, follow up after interview. Then you have format and layout of business documents, uh, letters, format of letters, for example, envelopes, memos. Then documentation of report sources. We won't focus this much. So this is how I took you through the a quick survey of the curriculum, and I also tried to take you through a quick survey of the book. Now the exercise is, you heard me, you saw me in this video. Now I have a difficult job for you. If you are my student watching this video, take a pen and copy and write an essay introducing your business communication and writing skill course, a long essay, 3-4 page essay, where you will, in your essay, talk about, write an essay describing this course, where you talk about, uh, just a minute, wait a minute. Course title, course code, credit hour. So you talk about these items in the first column. Write an essay where you describe these things in separate paragraphs, and where you also talk about a lot of things I described. So the assignment for you to bring in class when you come to my class is, bring a long essay with multiple paragraphs, which essay is based on your watching and viewing of my video, where you will introduce this course to somebody who did not come to class or who has not got a chance to watch my video. You have a friend, who does not study in Kathmandu University. He studies in another university. And maybe he doesn't study this book or this course. So you write an essay for your friend, not a letter, an essay. In your mind, your audience is your friend who doesn't study this course. And you want to inform your friend in detail about this course. And you also want to tell him why you like this course or you don't like this course. Your essay will have an opening paragraph. Your essay will have a body section that will have a discussion of these items. And your essay will have a concluding section where you might write your impression about this course. This is assignment that you will bring to my class. Now, I will not discuss this curriculum or this thing in classroom. Now, what I will do, I will choose one of you in the classroom and I'll invite you to the front of the class and I'll give you the marker or I'll give you the touch pen if we are working on a smart board, and you will spend 20-30 minute time teaching your class. So prepare well because you are going to work as a teacher in my class now. If necessary, watch it again. If necessary, make notes. You can come to my class with 1 page note. But two things I said. One, write an essay where you introduce someone about this course. Your essay will have introduction section, 1 or 2 paragraphs. Your essay will have discussion section, many paragraphs. Your essay will have concluding section where you wrap up many ideas. Then in the classroom, you will make a presentation on this curriculum. And in your presentation, you will talk quickly about these things. I might give you 10 minutes to even 30 minutes. You will be the teacher. Thank you for watching it. And if you have any queries, you can write your questions to the closed Facebook group where you most probably will see the link of this video. You will be watching my video through my YouTube channel. You may see some exercises and questions in the description box that appears below the video in my channel, or you may also see exercises and assignments in your closed Facebook group comment section where most probably I will post the link of this video for you before you come to class. Thank you so much for watching. Let me now close the recording. I stop the recording.